Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This video is going to be a video on the continuation of the Prestige class videos. We're in the Tome and Blood from 3rd edition, looking at the Arcane Spellcaster Prestige classes. In 3.5, they made one that combined all the spellcasters into a single book, so this class could also be found in that book. I don't remember the name of that book offhand. I never owned it because I owned all these little ones. But this video is going to be on the elemental savant. So let me find that real quick and we'll get started. I'll read what you need to qualify for the class, and I'll let you know of any changes I'd make for a Pathfinder game, because I am using these in my Pathfinder game. And then as we read the table of what all you get, we'll go back and read it in detail what you get in the paragraphs, and then after that I'll give you more comments on what I would change for a Pathfinder. Usually I give my comments as I see it, as it's happening. So join me on the Elemental Savant. When you gain a level in Elemental Savant, your hit dice is a d4. Your skill points are 2 plus your intelligence modifier. The skills for the most part are similar to that of a wizard. The only thing in here I'm not sure a wizard gets is handle animal. Requirements to become an elemental savant. You have to have knowledge arcana 8 ranks, knowledge the planes 8 ranks, feat energy substitution, and it has to be one of the following energies: acid, cold, electric, or fire. Spells, ability to cast at least 3 spells with one of the acid, cold, electric, or fire descriptors, and at least 1 summon spell. At least one of these spells must be 3rd level or higher. Alternatively, the character must be able to cast at least 1 spell of 3rd level or higher and have access to one of the following clerical domains if you wish to do this as a cleric: air, earth, fire, or water. Special, the elemental savant must have made prior peaceful contact with an elemental or with an outsider having the elemental subtype: air, earth, fire, or water. Now, the first change I would make is the skill qualification of 8 ranks. I would change that to 5 ranks. The reason is in 3rd edition D&D, you started with your level plus 3 as the maximum ranks and the maximum amount of skills you could start with, point-wise. So the example would be like this class, you get 2 plus your intelligence modifier for skill ranks every time you level. Well, as a first level character with that as your skills, you would start with 2 plus your intelligence modifier times 4, and that would be your skill point total, because the maximum ranks you could have at first level in a skill was 4. So reducing that down by 3 to 5 would make you the appropriate level, because other than sorcerers, out of the core like wizard, cleric, druid classes, you get access to 3rd level spell at 5th level. So that would make your qualifications fit. That feat is easy enough to take. That feat's in this book. It just allows you to substitute out an energy type on a spell. And I don't believe it changes the level of the spell. So if you took lightning bolt and then your energy substitution was fire, well, now you could throw a lightning bolt of fire. Weapons and armor proficiency. Elemental savants gain no new weapon or armor proficiencies. Let's take a look at the table now. So your base attack bonus starts at 0 and will end at a +5. If I'm not mistaken, that is like a wizard's base attack bonus. Your fort and reflex save are the worst saves for this class. You'll have +0s in it when you level in. And then at 10th level, you'll have +3s from this class. Your will save's your best save. It'll start at a +2. And then by 10th level, it'll be a +7. Now remember, all these base attack bonus and saves get to be added to your 5 levels of your existing class. So this class, you'll gain spells per day as if you progressed 1 level higher in your existing class for every level but 10th level in this class. So for 9 levels, of this class, your spells per day and the spell level that you can cast will go up as if you leveled in your existing class. So let's take wizard. So you're a 5th level wizard. You're considered a 6th level wizard when you're 1st level of this class, a 7th level wizard when you're 2nd level in this class, 8th level wizard, so on and so forth, when it comes to what spells you have access to, how many times per day you can cast it. So as you gain those levels as a wizard, you'd get 2 new spells, and then every odd level, more or less, your maximum spell level you can cast goes up 1. So where you're at 3rd level when you start into this class, spells that you can cast, you'd be 4th level when you're when you've gained 2 levels in this class. Now, specials. At 1st level, you get Elemental Transition and Resistance 5. At 2nd level, you get Elemental Focus +1. At 3rd level, you get Elemental Penetration +1. At 4th level, you get Elemental Transition and Resistance 10. At 5th level, you get Elemental Focus +2. At 6th level, you get Elemental Penetration +2. At 7th level, you get Elemental Transition and Resistance 15. At 8th level, you get Elemental Focus +3. At 9th level, you get Elemental Penetration +3. And at 10th level, you get Elemental Perfection and Immunity. So, Elemental Transition. Beginning at 1st level, the Elemental Savant begins to transcend their mortal form on the path towards becoming an elemental creature. On first taking this prestige class, they choose an element which must be allied with the type of energy that they can substitute using energy substitution. Each element has its opposing element. At 1st level, the Elemental Savant becomes immune to magical sleep effects. At 4th level, they gain dark vision, range of 60 feet, and immunity to paralysis. At 7th level, they gain immunity to stunning. Resistance. As the Elemental Savant gains levels in this prestige class, they become more resistant to the type of energy allied with their chosen element. At 1st level, they gain Resistance 5 against the energy form. This raises to 10 at 4th level, 15 at 7th level, and complete immunity at 10th level. Elemental Focus. Beginning at 2nd level, the Elemental Savant learns to better manipulate energies allied with her chosen element. The save DC for any spell using the type of energy increases by +1. This raises to +2 at 5th level and +3 at 8th level. These increases are cumulative with those granted by the Spell Focus and Greater Spell Focus feats. So that's cool. You could get a real good high save DC with all that. Elemental Penetration. Beginning at 3rd level, the Elemental Savant further refines the ability to wield energy allied with their chosen element. When they cast a spell using the type of energy, she gains a +1 competence modifier on caster level checks to beat the creature's spell resistance. At 6th level, this increases to a +2, at 9th level to a +3. These increases are cumulative with those granted by Spell Penetration and Greater Spell Penetration feats. Elemental Perfection. At 10th level, the Elemental Savant, through long association with the elemental entities and extensive study of their secrets, completely transcends their mortal form and becomes an elemental creature. Their type changes to elemental, which means that she is no longer affected by the spells that specifically target humanoids, such as Charm Person. They gain elemental creatures' immunity to poison, sleep, paralysis, and stunning, and is no longer subject to critical hits or flanking. The Elemental Savant gains the speed and movement modes, special attacks, and special qualities of a medium elemental of the appropriate type, as noted in the Monster Manual. So, as noted in the Bestiary 1. Except that the save DC against her elemental attack forms, if any, like Whirlwind, Burn, or Vortex, is 20 plus her Constitution modifier. Upon achieving this state, the Elemental Savant's appearance undergoes minor physical change, usually the skin or eyes. An earthy elemental savant, for example, might acquire gem-like eyes and hard, pebbly skin. Anyone who shares the elemental savant's predilection for studying of her chosen plane immediately recognizes her transcendent nature. They gain a +2 circumstance modifier on all charisma-based skill and ability checks when interacting with creatures having her elemental type, and with other elemental savants who have chosen her element. Elemental perfection is not without cost. The elemental savant can be hedged out by a magic circle against her alignment. She also takes double damage from energy attacks allied with her opposing element, unless the attack allows a saving throw for half damage, in which case she takes half damage on a successful save. Immunity. At 10th level, the elemental savant is completely comfortable with the energy allied with her chosen element. She gains immunity to the type of energy, in addition to the immunity granted by her elemental form. So, I wouldn't give them resistance 15 at 7th level. I'd give them resistance 20. I'd up that a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything to up it. It's only one type of element. As far as the focus and the penetration going up the way it does, that's fine. The spells per day make it powerful enough of a class, prestige class. The fact that you don't get any spellcasting when you become the full elemental at 10th level is fine too. So that means if you max this out and then you max out your spellcasting class, you would be, as far as your magic's concerned, a 19th level spellcaster, even though you're 20th level. But you would have the body of an elemental with all the appropriate immunities and the save DCs and whatnot. So I can see this being very, very good as is. The table it was talking about, so if you wanted to be an air elemental, the allied energy is electric. Your opposing element and energy is earth and acid. So if your element's earth, your allied energy is acid. If your element's fire, your allied energy is fire. If your element is water, your allied energy is cold. So it's very straightforward on what's opposing you on those. And after reading this prestige class, it makes me want to play an elemental savant again. I've only ever played one once, and it didn't last long. Like, I pretty much created the elemental savant at first or second level of the prestige class, plus all the existing levels needed to be in it. And we only gamed for like 1 or 2 games. So it'd be really cool to play one and go all the way to 10th level of this prestige class. Well, until we all game again, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.